SpaceX just crossed a line that changes everything. Starship Flight 11 wasn't just another test. It was the moment this rocket stopped being a prototype and started becoming a real launch system. Because with this flight, SpaceX proved that the most powerful rocket ever built is no longer an experiment. It's the future of space exploration. Starship is designed to do what no rocket in history has done before. It stands nearly 120 meters tall, more than the Saturn V. It can lift over 100 tons to orbit, and it's fully reusable both stages. No one has ever achieved that. But SpaceX is not just aiming to reuse rockets. They're aiming to launch, land, refuel, and launch again like an airline. And that changes the economics of space forever. Now let's talk about Flight 11, launched on October 13, 2025 from Starbase, Texas. This was the final test of the Block 2 Starship design, the last stop before moving to the upgraded version, and it began perfectly. All 33 Raptor engines on the Super Heavy booster ignited, and the vehicle climbed with incredible power. The booster stayed stable, and the rocket soared through the atmosphere with precision. Then came stage separation, and because SpaceX uses hot staging, where the upper stage engines ignite before separation, the process demands extreme timing. But it worked smoothly once again. The booster flipped, began its return, and headed toward the Gulf of Mexico. It performed a controlled descent and executed a soft splashdown. It didn't land on a pad yet, but the accuracy was impressive. And now SpaceX is preparing for the moment when the launch tower arms will actually catch the booster in midair. Meanwhile, the Starship upper stage continued climbing. And this is where Flight 11 became different from earlier flights. Because this time it didn't just fly, it acted like an operational spacecraft. It deployed 8 simulated Starlink satellites. It performed an engine relight in space, and then it prepared for the hardest test of all, re-entry. Re-entry is where Starship has struggled in the past. Flight 9 broke apart. Flight 10 was damaged. But Flight 11, it was a breakthrough. The vehicle came back through the atmosphere with far less damage than expected. Even though SpaceX had removed some heat shield tiles on purpose to test resilience, it handled the plasma, remained stable, used its flaps to control descent, and executed a planned splashdown in the Indian Ocean. And just like that, SpaceX proved that Starship can survive the ride home. This was one of the most important milestones in the entire program, because without reliable re-entry, there's no reusability. And without reusability, there is no Mars. So what does Flight 11 truly mean? It means separation is reliable. It means booster return is accurate. It means payload deployment works. It means upper stage re-entry can be controlled. And it means Starship is ready to move from testing to operating. Now SpaceX is building the next generation of Starship vehicles, Block 3 and beyond. These versions will include upgraded heat shields for multiple re-entries, stronger structures, more efficient Raptor engines, and landing hardware to allow true propulsive landings. And because in-space refueling is coming soon, Starship will be able to carry massive payloads to the Moon and Mars. But let's be clear, there are still challenges. Booster catch using the tower arms has not been attempted. Upper stage landing on land has not happened yet. In-space refueling is still theoretical. And human rating Starship for NASA will require extremely high safety margins. Because flying cargo is one thing, flying astronauts is another. Even so, SpaceX has momentum. Flight after flight, the system is improving. Falcon 9 is launching at record speed, proving SpaceX can handle high-cadence operations. The FAA and NASA are working more closely with SpaceX. And the Artemis 3 lunar mission, where Starship will land astronauts on the moon, is getting closer. Now let's look ahead. The next flights will not just be tests, they will demonstrate full mission profiles, booster catch, upper stage landing, in-space refueling, real payload deliveries, and eventually crew. Because Starship is not just for satellites. It is the ship that will take humanity back to the moon and then forward to Mars. SpaceX plans to use Starship to build fuel depots in orbit, space stations, lunar bases, and interplanetary transports. They are designing the system to carry 100 people at a time. And when the technology matures, Starship will be the backbone of a multiplanetary civilization. So let's step back and appreciate what just happened. Flight 11 was not the finish line. It was the turning point. It closed the chapter of experimental prototypes, and it opened the chapter of operational capability. Because now the question is no longer, can Starship fly? The question is, how far can it take us? Starship Flight 11 proved something monumental. The future of space travel is no longer theoretical. It's taking shape in front of us. And as SpaceX prepares to launch the upgraded Starship, we are standing at the edge of a new era, the era of fully reusable rockets, the era of affordable access to space, the era of moon bases, Mars colonies, and humanity becoming a multiplanetary species. So this isn't the end of the story. This is the beginning. Starship is ready, the sky is no longer the limit, and the real journey starts now. If you enjoyed this journey through the terrifying beauty of space, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss what's coming next.